Tea with Tom and Alice.
Woo!
Here we go. Overdue. We've.
I can't remember the last one we did actually.
It was midweek, so it wasn't last week. It was the week before, and we did it on like a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Do you know what? Actually, it's just, Dad said, "Oh, I watched your Tea with Tom," and he said, "It is remarkable how much Tom interrupts you." Dad said that to me last week.
God.
And he said, "Does Tom watch them back? Because maybe he just needs to watch them back."
Did he actually say that?
And I was like, "It's funny, Dad, because I didn't notice it that time, but maybe I'm just oblivious now."
How do two people have a conversation at the same time? Do people respectfully wait for the other person to finish before they jump in?
But I only thought of that because I just totally interrupted you then, and I was like,
I think it's just the way we flow. Back and forth. This is why I want you to watch that Ramesh Ranganathan podcast.
with Daisy May Cooper and her brother
Charlie Cooper.
I didn't realise they were brother and sister, but they are hilarious.
Together, bounce off each other.
Oh.
It's just her slating him
Yeah.
brutally, but really funny. And I'm like, you 100% can see that they're siblings.
Oh.
And people probably think that when they watch
But
this.
this country, if you haven't seen This Country, it's actually, I wasn't sure on it to begin with, but then it really grew on me. But I didn't know they were brother and sister then. But
Yeah.
now, when you realise they were. But yeah, so what day are we? Wednesday. I've got boot camp in about an hour.
Yeah.
We just caught up with Elizabeth, actually. Had a good catch up with Elizabeth. She was like, "Where's your tea with Tom?" And we were like, "Oh, actually."
We'll go home and do it.
Yeah.
We just get caught up in everything else. And it does feel like there's lots going on. So it gets a little bit more difficult to fit in
Yeah.
these chats. But like I said, they're great for us to kind of, in the same way that we just dumped on Elizabeth.
Yeah.
We just dump on you guys on here. And then we leave feeling like, it's a bit like therapy.
A bit light on the shoulders.
Yeah. Which is what the nice thing is, and I said this walking back up from chatting to Elizabeth, because she was like, "God, I don't know if I really helped you guys that much." And that makes me feel reassured, because we just throw out everything we're thinking about, working on, trying to improve. And it feels like we don't have the answers either. So it's nice when someone else is like, "Oh, I don't really know what the answer is to that either."
But actually, it's just helpful just listening.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It just helps us get a point across and make it a bit clearer in our head, which every time we talk about, I think it does become.
And also, I just feel so good after that chat with her. Like, it doesn't, we're not looking for answers or anything, but like, we try and catch up with people quite regularly, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it really does help just hearing other people's thoughts. Like, we don't expect you guys to know how we should run Rebel or anything, but just you listening to us and hearing what we're struggling with, and then maybe having suggestions, maybe not, maybe just being there. It's actually super helpful.
And I think it would be easy to make decisions if we didn't care as much. I honestly think that's it. When we're like, okay, do we remove this class or do we keep it? And we're like, oh, but there's 3 people that go who we really like, even though we don't get to see them, so we want to keep it. So we don't always make the best decisions.
The best business decision.
Yeah, okay, the best business decisions.
Well, or the best decisions, yeah, you're right.
But it is only because we love what we do and we care so much. It sounds so lame when you say it out loud. And I know some people watch this and think, "Oh, I can't believe you say it like this," or "I can't believe you run a business that way." But I really wouldn't want to run a business any other way.
We have had that feedback, haven't we?
Yeah, brutally as well. Some, people will be like, business acumen and sense doesn't make sense with what you do. But I was like, at the end of the day, it's our business. We love what we do. We care about the people who we care about. And, obviously we want it to succeed, but we want it to succeed for the right reasons, watching people grow with it. And there's challenges that come with that. We're constantly being like, right, how do we, you've heard us talk about how do we get new members through the door.
And it's nice that people do give us that feedback. Like,
yeah, I wouldn't.
Can we open
Yeah.
about how we do things? Like, but we chatted about potential gyms, outdoor gym, venue, whatever pops up. Really,
Feels like an exciting next logical step. And again, so the conversation we had with Elizabeth changes the way we think about things. So it starts off in a gym, then it's a bit more of an outdoor gym. And then, a location that we maybe poo-pooed before, all of a sudden new information comes up and we're like, oh, you know what, that could work. Are we trying really hard not to interrupt each other, by the way? Because I am. You I'm like, okay, don't. Because it's trying to understand what is the next step for Rebel. And us, you know, like I said, making it grow into something that we're proud of and enjoy doing.
And viable, like
Yeah,
we can
third on the
actually,
list.
do. But it's similar to Saltire, I think. Like, we're struggling to get sponsors this year, and this is probably the first year we've struggled with that. And it takes a hit, really. And you try to explain to the businesses that we're tied with charity. We do things with Seafine. We've also got She Races. We're affiliated with She Races to try and get more women on the start line. But it does definitely mean we struggle more with Saltire and trying to make it worthwhile, putting in all the time and effort without any financial help. You think, well, this is why.
Financial help.
Well, or, you know,
Yeah.
contributions, like things like covering the Portalees or something, like, it's actually a huge help to us. But this is why, like, events fall through the drain. Is that what you say? Because actually, it doesn't become worthwhile. Or is that a bit brutal? Maybe
No,
it's
I mean, fair enough. Be brutal. You said it earlier. Like, how long do we keep doing something that requires so much time and effort that is not financially rewarding because there's only so much we can fit in time-wise? It's hard to say, isn't it? Because we've never been super money focused, but when we're also trying to figure out what's next and grow a business and get pensions and all that sort of thing, you know, keep up with the cost of living, we love doing it, but we've only got room for so much. So, yeah, what are we trying to say? I don't know. I think we're not stopping Saltire, by the way, because that's also what it sounds like.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
no. I'm like,
Okay,
no,
I was
no,
like-
no. But I can see why businesses stop doing what they do. Like, when you love
Yes.
it and you're passionate about it, it's great. But sometimes after a few years, you're like, oh, wait, actually, how many hours am I putting into it? How much am I getting back from that? And
Read the recent blog post from
oh, yeah, that was good.
the Mountain Cafe. I've forgotten her name. I've got a cookbook, amazing cookbook.
Kate.
Because there's someone who absolutely loved what she did, cared about it, cared about the staff, but the pressure from everything else is just relentless, that it's sometimes, it's impossible to keep going. Maybe I'll share that in the link, because it was a really eye-opening thing, because, I mean, she had some bad luck, but, I mean, we're a bad luck decision away from, you know, from like, you know, making it struggle more.
Yeah.
You know, like, say, touch wood, nothing bad happens, but say something bad did happen, then all of a sudden it's almost impossible to keep going. So it's amazing how much luck's involved in this sort of thing. And, you know, you feel for her and the amount of work she puts in and how desperate she is just trying to make a business of doing something that helps her get by, that she loves. And I think it's just like any other small business, it's really difficult.
I think just seeing as well, if anyone's on Fubar, like, it's like every day almost there's a new business in Aberdeen closing for whatever reason.
And it's not that people don't want to support these businesses either, because there's a lot of great businesses who are closing. There's a lot of, you know, really shit businesses who aren't great businesses closing as well. But people do want to support the good ones, but I think just with costs and everyone watching what they spend, it does get much more difficult. This is turning into something that I didn't expect it to turn into.
I'm thinking that
It sounds very doom and gloom.
I don't mean it for I don't
No,
mean
either
it
do I.
to take a doom and gloom turn, because I think we're feeling so positive
Yeah.
after our chat. We're talking about reaching out to I'll chase up Forestry Commission and talk to them about potential places where we can pop up an outdoor gym with a wooden gazebo and.
And on the flip side, there is a great community out there at the moment of small businesses doing well, working together. Exciting,
yeah.
like putting the outdoors on the map, which is what, we really want to do and we're excited about. And I think it's just trying to navigate all we try to talk about is navigating all the pitfalls there. So even talking about the Rebel Dash, we're like, God, why isn't it more popular? It, like, in theory, feels like a great idea, get great feedback on, but there's something missing. So what's missing from the Rebel Dash that's stopping it kind of like take off on its own in a really fun competitive thing? There's prizes, it's not a particularly long event, but that's partly the issue is no one's going to travel for an event that they're there for 20 minutes for. So what tweaks do we need to make that keep these kind of ideas popular?
That has been interesting because I asked for feedback on the Dash, and the general consensus was it was just a bit far to travel for some people for such a short run. And you're like, yeah, fair enough.
Absolutely.
But what if there was 30 people and a bigger buzz, and would it make it more worthwhile? Is it because we're getting like 10 people less sometimes? And
Balmoral bus, another example.
Yeah.
Amazing last year. Great to have everyone on a bus there, but expensive. So like you made the point that, say Craig and Laurie both went, £20 each, £40 to get a bus to Balmoral and back. There's a lot of benefits in that because it's great that you get a park right up next to the event and keeps everyone together, which is good. But at a time when everyone's not got as much money, an expensive outlay, and again, their prices have gone up, so it's harder to kind of...
So we've got 18 people who've said yes to the Balmoral bus. We'd think there's potentially 4 more, but...
We need 28, did we say?
28
out of 30.
Out of 30.
To cover costs. And we think it's worth it because...
You take Prosecco, you take some snacks, like you make a day of it. Like it was so fun last year. But yeah, the cost jumped up. We obviously had to increase the price, and I don't know, I think also Balmoral being in the Easter holidays, I think not as many people can manage it this year. So that's also a knock-on effect. But and we're still, like, we obviously want the bus to go ahead, so we're like, okay, let's keep seeing if anyone else can make it. We probably have to make the call in the next couple of weeks. Couple of days, I don't know. But we're probably...
But that's, again, those decisions that we think about. So all these lots of little decisions that we're constantly trying to be like, is this right? And then you push it and it takes time. And
we've got International Women's Day coming up, which is Sunday the 8th of March, and we're going to do a 10k walk around Loch Kinnaird and Bernavat, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Is there a dip involved in that?
Well, we were going to dip, but actually Loch Kinnaird you're not allowed to dip from March because of nesting birds. So
was it nesting birds? I wasn't sure if it's algae. I did know it because you can't use it.
So we're so close. We're a couple of days when it comes into effect. So I don't know if anyone knows. I did think there's a river, but I think I wouldn't feel comfortable taking...
Well, you've got Petark. I don't know what it's like there. In fact, if anyone's going to Women's Day who've done the Petark Bridge dip,
a river? Yeah.
Like, it's a really popular swimming spot round the corner from where you are.
That's what I thought.
So if you stopped there, that would be quite a nice bit to include. Because it was so popular last time, the dip. And if it depends, the river's been quite high lately, but if it's not, then... It's
an option. Take hot flask and snacks and things.
Also excited about the next final winter series, 22nd of March in Stonehaven.
The last weekend of winter.
Yeah, that's it. Clocks go forward the next weekend. So that's going to be really cool. Like, worth coming down to if you've not done one before because of that. And then we're talking about, with Danny and Emma, a summer series. I can't remember if we mentioned this on our last video, but like taking on different beaches around Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire, just for a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
So we thought that would be a good idea. We know the Sunday events are getting more popular, so we're going to do some of that.
Yeah.
Also going to do a Wednesday Kirkhill Loops. I'm putting it out there now because it makes me do it 2 weeks on Wednesday.
Yes.
A bit like the Scolty Loops. Johnny, don't know if you're watching this, but I know you're a fan. I think it's a 1.5k loop, and it'll be as many times as we can in an hour.
Is that all it is? 1.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll start from where the entrance to the bike park is, and you got that steep little hill up there.
Is that the end of the 5k?
End of the 5k.
Yeah,
before you turn back on yourself.
The sting in the tail. Yeah.
But so we'll go down that hill, along, up the track you ran.
Yes, I know.
And then back up down the other downhill. So it's quite a downhill course, apart from a steep uphill in there. It's a downhill course, apart from a steep uphill. But and I'll start the hour from when we get there. Selfishly, this is for me, because it's my marathon training. So I'm just going to run. And like I say, whatever you can do in the hour. So if you fancy it, get involved. Hopefully not just me and Johnny, because you're really fast, Johnny. So I'll just be spending my hour getting lapped. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
So that's 2 weeks today, is it?
2 weeks today.
Nice. We've got our mum's 70th birthday this weekend, so
Yes, we do.
I think you've got Ailey on Friday,
Craig.
Nick at West Hill, and Craig at Stonehaven.
Yeah, better double check that sheet actually.
So we're celebrating in Mighty Arbroath.
Anything else you want to add? Anything other exciting come up? As always, let us know your favourite events for a Sunday.
Yeah.
More indoor stuff, been really popular.
Yeah.
It's acing, more and more people get involved with that. I think we found our perfect number, which seems to be about 16.
16.
16 is the max. Rebel More members get that access first and also free. So
Yeah, and that's however many spaces we have left, we open up to everyone else.
yeah, that's how it works. Anything else to add, Ali?
I think we're good.
Well, okay, so just because Elizabeth mentioned, she's like, Alice always looks so bad in her pictures, Tom. I think you always pick the worst ones of Alice, and you look
So we're
right.
doing a pose.
So we're going to do a pose. 3, 2, 1.
Jeez.
That's going to be the cover photo.
Do you know, I think I struggle to finish my thoughts because I'm so used to you interrupting.
Sorry, that's my fault.
I was like, oh, why isn't Tom interrupting me when I need him? Because I've lost my way.
Maybe this is it. Alice just goes off on a tangent.
And you're like, I need to end this.
And I just jump in. I've lost track if I interrupted you at all.
No, I didn't notice.
So if I did, she didn't notice. We got a Saltaire volunteer catch up tonight, which I'm excited about.
Yeah, committee meeting.
There's lots going on with that.
I think that's everything.
Oh yeah, we can rattle on for hours. See you guys later.
See you.